Welcome back to Attract Clients Now. Today's episode is called Trust, Allow, Ask. So, the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about how to build your genius business structure and that it takes a village in order to run a business. So, today we're going to take that a step further and really combine these two concepts together to help you grow your business and attract clients now. First of all, anybody who has their own business, let's just go ahead and give ourselves a pat on the back and a big congratulations. It seems like during 2020, 2021, and as we're moving forward, it's, "Oh, we'll start your own online business. We'll start your own business, start your own business." And it's this whole entrepreneur phase that the world went through. And most of us figured out that it wasn't that simple. For me, had my first business in 2015, and then I started this agency in 2019. So it certainly has never been an easy thing for me, nor did I ever think it was. However, I hear audience and clients all the time say, "Wow, this is a lot harder than I thought it would be." It always reminds me of the story of bike shops. Bike shop owners typically got into the bike shop business because they wanted to play with bicycles all day. They open their business, then they realize they have a lease, they have inventory, they have to deal with accounting. They really deal with everything except for bicycles all day long, and often they get really burnt out. So if we apply this to our business in the online world, it's the same thing. You got into business because you love serving clients, not because you wanted to be an HR expert, not because you wanted to be an accounting expert, maybe not even because you wanted to be a marketing expert. I really like doing marketing, so that is my gig, but it's not yours necessarily. So we got into our business going, "Okay, I'm going to serve people." Sometimes it was easy to get started. Sometimes it's hard to get started. But no matter which path you took starting your business, even if you had a bunch of angel investors, those first several months are really challenging. There's a lot of emotions. There's a lot of feelings that come up. I always think about the larger companies, and it's so easy to say they don't go through those emotions, but think about it, they do, right? They all started somewhere. And even now, imagine CEO XYZ, he's sitting there and he's going through things too. He's just grown through different levels. So, our first step to talk about today to really move from where you are right now to that next level, wherever that next level is, because it doesn't end, right? Is trust. Trusting in yourself, trusting in your people, trusting in what you do. This is so much easier to say than it is to do it. So I wanted to talk about it a little bit today in a tangible sense because you probably hear this all the time that you need to trust yourself. Trust yourself. And if you don't hear this all the time, let me say it a different way. If you have feelings coming up that would be defined like imposter syndrome, fear of failure, fear of rejection, all of these different kinds of safety issues, insecurity, all the yucky feelings that come up. I don't know if it's just me, but the yucky feelings, they come up. Typically, what can heal a lot of those feelings is by building more trust in yourself. Yes, there's lots of other tools in the toolbox. Yes, you need to do some internal searching, XYZ, but trust can cover a lot of wounds. So, what do I mean by trust? For me, trust comes down to doing what I say I'm going to do. So, if I say I'm going to write an email and I write the email, I get like a gold star. My best friend and my husband both love gold stars. I get a gold star. I did what I said I was going to do. The key to this is celebrating every time you build trust in yourself. Every time you do what you're gonna say you're gonna do, write it down, celebrate a win, do something, even if you just do a little happy dance and you're like, "I did what I said I was gonna do." Each time you do that, you're going to tangibly build more trust in yourself because you are going to say, "I said I was gonna do this. I did it. Okay, I get a gold star. I'm building more trust in myself." If you will do this consistently, not only do what you say you're gonna do, but also to celebrate that, over time, it's gonna become so smooth that you're gonna know when you say you're gonna do something, you're gonna do it. So, what's the dark side of this? One of my clients has a hard time getting things done. She's got a lot of things on her plate, got a lot of energy level. So, what's the dark side of this? When you don't do what you say you're going to do, what do you do then? So, in those moments, you need to find your own toolbox. What works well for me is, first of all, just to take a couple of breaths and give myself grace. And maybe I say, this is why I didn't get this done, or next time I'm going to do it this way. How do I allow myself the grace and the space to reflect on what I said I was going to do and why it didn't happen so that I don't beat myself up and I set myself up better for success next time? So if I said I was going to work out this morning and I didn't, I could just say, I can't trust myself to do anything. I'm a bad person. I'm not ever okay. Whoa, hold the phones. Couple of breaths. Okay, I had COVID the last couple of weeks. I've been out of town. I was tired and I rested more. Rest is good for my body. Okay, so I'm okay because I did rest. That's good. So then what can I do next time? Instead of getting derailed, say, okay, how can I pick it back up? Can I do 5 minutes of my workout at lunch? Can I do my workout after work? Can I get up tomorrow and do it? So immediately making plans to do that. And perhaps it's even recognizing, hey, getting up early this week is not going to be an option for me. I'm going to need extra rest. So I'm going to change my schedule. So I'm setting myself up for success. So, building trust in yourself is an everyday, every moment, every breath opportunity for you to do what you say you're going to do. So, how does trust equal more clients? I thought we were talking about attracting clients. If I trust myself to do what I say I'm going to do, then I feel more confident to say, hey, Mr. Customer, you're wanting this transformation. I can offer it to you and I can help you for this price, for this amount of money, whatever my offer is. Because I'm going to trust that I can help you and support you to get those results. And I know that I can follow through. I also trust myself to choose that you are the best client for me. When we don't have trust in ourselves, it's very easy to get that needy, I need to make some money, I need to get a client. Then when a client comes along and they're clientzilla, you're like, okay, I can help you. And then it's a complete train wreck because it was not the right client for you. I don't know about you, but I've been there, learned that lesson, bought that t-shirt. Building the trust helps you do all the things, right? So make building trust in yourself, or however you want to word that, an every moment, every breath opportunity. Me recording this podcast today is me doing what I said I was going to do. I said, you know what? I'm going to record some episodes. All right. I'm doing it. Right. I'm doing the thing and I'm celebrating that win. I'm celebrating that I did it. I'm noticing Monica did something good. Right. Pat yourself on the back. That gets easier as you trust yourself more too. Second, allow. Allow is the hardest thing on the planet for me. I am very much a controlling person as far as I like to be in charge. I like to have the list. I like to do the thing. I like things to go the way I want them to go. I like to have control over stuff. I like to know what's going to happen. I like to have a plan. So, what does allow mean? It's tough. I'm not even going to lie to you. Allowing is not the lack of planning. Allowing is not the lack of being intentional and doing the things you say you're going to do. I see some people say, I'm just allowing it to happen. And they're like sitting on the couch. I'm allowing while taking action. Action's the underlying key here, right? So, what does allowing mean? Allowing means a couple of things to me. For one, allowing means that my energy fluctuates and changes. I allow myself to do tasks that are most aligned to where I am energetically. If I'm super sleepy, I don't care if I put on my calendar that I was going to record podcast or not. I'm not going to have the energy to sit here in front of you and talk. I'm going to allow myself to check in with me and say, how am I feeling? What do I need to do? What needs to happen next here? Right? What do I need to accomplish? What do I want? and allowing that to happen for so many of us and myself. I never asked myself, what do I want? We're so busy doing for everyone else and making sure all the boxes are checked and all the things are done. What do I want to do? I want to go take a nap. And I go take a nap. Yes, I know. We have meetings and we have obligations and we can't always do what we want to do, but we do get to control our schedule. We do get to build room in and build space in to allow things to flow and unfold. We do have the opportunity to allow this broad margin so that we can do things as it makes sense to us. I try to only have client meetings 1 day a week. So I have client meetings 1 day a week. I have group meetings 1 day a week. And then the other days, Mondays are for my business. I work on my business, on my marketing. Tuesday is client day. I work only on client stuff. Wednesday is client day plus client meetings. Thursday are my group calls. Friday, I'm off. This allows me to have focused time to work on only my business and focused time to work on my client's business and not to spread out my meetings so far because when you have a meeting on a day, you're like, I've got that meeting in a couple hours. I need to prepare. Nope, all my meetings are on 1 day. This is going to work different for everyone. But part of me allowing is to allow my schedule to flow with how I feel and with what I'm trying to accomplish. I change this fairly frequently. No, I don't change my client meetings all the time, but I used to do it where client meetings were Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And I said, I wonder if I could just do them on Wednesday. It doesn't always work, but sometimes it does. I also allow within my business, if I have an idea, I allow it to come. If I keep hitting a brick wall, I allow the brick wall to hold me back. I've been known as a bull in a china shop. And so this is something that I've had to work on that if I keep running into a door, in the past, I would have gotten a machete and I would have beat the door down. And now I say, huh, that's really interesting. This door has closed. Why is that? Then I have to analyze, is this door closed because I need to not go through this door? Or am I missing a step here that I need to do to open the door? Not every door that's open needs to be open. I don't have to walk through every door that's open, and I can reopen a door that's closed. So I have that authority, but I also can allow it to flow a little bit. So that's number two. Third, which is maybe as hard as the other two, is ask. What does ask mean? So we've talked in the last few episodes about building your genius business and about building a village. As a solopreneur, as a small business owner, it's so easy for us to always be the one doing. I'm delivering, I'm selling, I'm marketing, I'm doing all this stuff. As we learn to trust and allow, the next step here is learning how to ask for help, learning how to ask for feedback, learning how to ask for what you need, for what you want. Asking your clients really great, insightful questions is part of this as well. So, asking is a really big piece of this. Asking questions is not my number one skill, and asking for help is not. All of asking is not a skill of mine. It's something I keep working on. It's something that I continue to develop is asking for help. In our culture, asking for help can be seen as or can be viewed as a sign of weakness. Well, why do you need help? Why don't you just do it yourself? Or I'll hear people say, it takes me too long to explain something, so I'm just going to do it myself. Oh, it's just easier for me to do it myself. If those are things that you say to yourself, can I encourage you? Can I challenge you to say those things out loud right now? Pause me, take a couple of breaths, say those things out loud, and notice how that feels in your body. If you're like me, it's easy for me to say, I'll just do it myself. It's faster. But I feel that in my solar plexus, I feel that in my gut, and it doesn't feel good. It feels sour. Why are we not leaning on each other to move forward, right? I'm not an island. I'm a village. I'm someone that's here to serve others. So why are others not here to serve me, right? This is a reciprocal relationship. It's a reciprocal environment. The world that we want to build or that I want to build is one where we all work together. We all use each other's strengths. When we see someone's weakness, we help them up. One of the things that I do every time I go to the grocery store, I don't know, this is just a weird habit of mine, but when I go to the grocery store, I'm actually on the lookout for someone I can help or someone I can compliment. I'm not out very much anymore that I work from home, so I don't have a lot of other opportunities to serve people. But the other day, a lady's wheelchair, motorized wheelchair, stopped working, parked behind a car. And so she's sitting there trying to start the engine on this. And I just stopped. I was like, "Can I help you?" She's, "Yes, but I don't know how." So we ended up pushing it off onto the curb so that it was not blocking traffic. I've helped people put things in their shopping cart. If I see someone in a wheelchair, if I see them looking up high, I go see how I can help them with that. I am serving and putting my energy out in the world. So asking can be asking just for feedback. What do you think about this? Asking for help with something. Hey, can you help me with this? Asking your spouse or your partner or your children or someone, hey, can you be in charge of taking the trash out? Asking for help can start really small. I challenge you to ask for what you need and for what you want and start small, right? So, asking is part of self care. It's part of trusting yourself. It's part of allowing what you need to happen in the world, and it's challenging. So, your third step here is to ask. Ask for help. Ask for support, learn how to ask better questions. So, whether or not you're asking questions of your client or you're asking questions of your coach, asking really good questions helps so much. Our coach, Rena, in our programs, is the best question asker on the face of the planet. I know if I'm gonna get on the phone with her, I'm gonna get asked like the most perfect questions. That's a skill she has. So when I listen to her, I'm actually paying attention to how she's asking questions so that I can improve my skill. We talked about a few episodes ago, if I'm not good at something, don't do it, but I need to be better at asking questions, and that's a skill that I can improve. So there's certainly a difference between tapping into your genius and your strengths and learning that some things can be a skill, right? So let's not get those two things confused. To wrap up today, as you're looking to build your business, so much of this is an inside job. How can you trust yourself more? Build trust every day. How can you allow the waves of life to flow through you, to flow with you instead of you always pushing up against them? And then last, how can you practice and learn how to ask for more help? Ask better questions and allow your serving energy to go out and then that receiving energy to come in, right? We so often give out the energy, but we're not receiving the energy back. That's going to help you make more money. I'm just going to tell you right now, the more that I give out and the more I ask for help, the more money I make. So that's a really great way to attract clients now. So thank you so much for joining me on today's episode. If you need more information about this, always come and feel free to join our Facebook group. You can ask any questions in there and go shine your light out there. It's easier than you think.